Hello, Healthinistas, and welcome to my channel, 50 Something. My name is Bernice. On this channel, I give you fitness, health, and lifestyle for women over 50. So if you're a woman over 50 and that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, but don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time I upload. And welcome to my channel. I am so excited today to have with me Christy Steptoe. Christy Steptoe from Lulu with Grace. And Christy has an amazing Instagram channel, so make sure you check her out. I will be putting her link in the description so that you'll be able to check her out. Now, we've had some technical difficulties, so bear with us and just know that it'll all work out. So welcome, Christy.
Thank you so much for me. I'm so glad to be here, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of your YouTube Live.
All right, I don't know what happened, but it just took me off. So we're gonna try it again, and if we can't get it, then we'll go ahead and reschedule it for another time. But for now, we're gonna try to work hard to see if we can get the sound to come in. So let us know in the live, if you're in the audience, please let us know if you can hear me. I know there are 4 people right now, so if you can hear me clearly, let me know in the chat. All right, so Christy, the first thing I wanted to ask you was, what does Lulu with Grace stand for?
Well, Lulu with Grace started as a passion project, and Lulu with Grace is basically sort of a name that I came up for my blog that describes someone who is working towards improving themselves and bettering themselves, working to become who they feel they're meant to be. So Lulu with Grace started as a passion project, as I said. When my son went off to college in 2014, University of Hawaii, about 4,000 miles away from Texas, my husband and I became empty nesters. And so at that point, after being so active in his life.
Okay, so they said they can't hear. They said they can't hear. And I wasn't able to hear either. So what we'll have to do is we may
now.
Okay, so okay. You can hear me clearly. Can you hear Christy as well?
Hello.
Let us know if you can hear Christy. Because there's a little bit of a delay from the time I talk and then they respond. Gotcha. So let me know if you can hear Christy. All right, so Christy, if you want to start again to see if we can, because I couldn't.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, they said, someone said you were cutting in and also going in and out. And okay. Then someone said they can hear both of us. So we'll try it again.
Okay.
What does Lulu with Grace stand for? Tell us about your blog.
Okay, Lulu with Grace is a lifestyle blog. Basically, it started as a passion project when my son went off to college to the University of Hawaii, which is about 4,000 miles away from where I am here in Texas. My husband and I became empty nesters, and after being very involved in his life growing up, there was that point that I came to where I was like, what next? So I started my blog, Lulu with Grace, in 2015, primarily focused on fashion. And then over time, as the blog grew, I decided I wanted to add in more things that I was passionate about. So I got my fitness certification and then started to add more fitness, health, and wellness into the blog. So now the blog has evolved to more of a lifestyle blog focused on fitness, health, and wellness with a little bit of lifestyle on the side and fashion on the side.
I apologize. Today is not working out like it normally is. Okay, she said very clear now. So Christy, keep talking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get earphones so that I can try to narrow that in. So what I want you to answer, and I will be back, but I want you to answer is what age, continue with what you were talking about how you started Lulu with Grace.
Yes.
And then what age group that you cater to, and I will be right back.
Okay. Lulu with Grace, in terms of fitness, health, and wellness, caters to women 40 and over. I started and decided on that age group primarily because I felt like that was an age at which women sort of find themselves facing both life and lifestyle changes. And it's a time when fitness, health, and wellness becomes even more important. So for me, it was important to really hone in and focus on women's health, which is very important to me and has always been one of my passions, and to find an age group that I could easily relate to and share information that I felt would be important to women of that particular age. So at this point, Lulu with Grace focuses on women ages 40 and over when it comes to health, fitness, and wellness.
Okay, I am so sorry. This has not gone as it normally goes at all.
Not a problem.
At all. But anyway, that's live. So,
Yes,
so
exactly.
you talked about how what age group you cater to, right?
Yes.
I don't know why it keeps cutting me off. Okay. So what I wanted you to talk about, Christy, was so when I counsel my clients, I counsel them to have a weight loss mindset. So talk about how you deal with your clients as well.
Well, for me, mindset is, as you said, it's so important. It's a very important way of determining how successful you're going to be. So to me, your mindset needs to be a part of your why, or your why you're doing it determines your mindset. So I feel like having an understanding of your why and
We're having technical difficulties today for sure. Nothing is working out. So anyway, like I said, we try to counsel people to have
So I guess it cut me off that time, huh?
Right. Today it's just not it's just not working at all. It cuts me off, then it cuts you off, and it's hard to hear in and out.
Yeah.
Well, so what I maybe what we should do because I really do value what you have to say, and I don't want it to be that choppy and not work out well. So maybe what we'll do is reschedule it and see if we can get our sounds and get things to be better.
Okay. If that's what you're comfortable with, I'm comfortable with it as well. It's working fine right now.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, then let's talk about, have you always been fit?
For most of my life, yes. And I've always, I played volleyball in high school and was very active I was a cheerleader in high school and very active and my college years and beyond. So I consider myself having been very fit. But it became very important to me as I began to age, as we all do. We realize that aging is inevitable, and it gets to a point to where you have to determine how you want to age. And if you want to age, being able to be as active as you always were and as much as you can. And also just being able to move in a way that allows you to live the lifestyle that you want to live. So being fit has always been important to me, and health and wellness as well. So that is, what prompted me to get my personal trainer certification, as well as incorporate more health, fitness, and wellness into my blog.
Okay. For some reason, I couldn't hear it. It was breaking up. Let's do this, because I don't know how it's coming out in front of everybody. Can everybody hear? Both of us? Just let me know in the chat, because I'm having a hard time hearing, and I hope. Okay, so I would assume that they can hear, and I'm the one that's having the issues, because I haven't seen anybody put that they can't hear.
Okay.
So let's do this. List some of the excuses, because we wanted to impact and empower women to be able to go into 2021 with no excuses and to be motivated to work out. So what are some of the excuses that you've heard? And okay, they said I can hear both. Yes, it's fine. I can hear. All right, they can hear. So that's all that matters.
Yes, exactly.
That's all that matters. If they can hear, that's all that matters.
Yes.
So what are some of the excuses that you've heard, and what are some of the responses that you've given?
Okay, well, I took a minute to write some of those down, so I'm going to refer to my page here. But one of them that I hear quite often is not having enough time. And that's something that I think we all experience, trying to fit it in. Where do we fit fitness in? Where do we fit, health and wellness into our busy lifestyles? And it's become even more important at this point to be healthy and fit just because of, COVID, and because of being in quarantine and those different issues that we're all facing right now. So one of the things that I like to say in response to someone not saying they don't have enough time is I like to encourage them to not be so rigid about fitness and health and wellness. You don't have to, have this 1 hour workout program every day of the week. You basically can find many ways to fit fitness into your daily lifestyle. Taking the stairs instead of an elevator. If you have stairs in your home, taking the stairs up and down the stairs several times a day. If you're watching TV or folding laundry, just moving and being active and finding ways to incorporate fitness into your everyday lifestyle. Then as you find you have a little bit more time, you're able to easily, you have time to easily incorporate a little bit more into your day. Then you start to build up. But I like to encourage people not to be so rigid, not to feel like you have to have this formal exercise program to be successful, because at anything that you do that's movement, or you're moving your body, you're actually, you're getting fitness in, and you're being active, which is most important. Another one that I hear is, I don't know where to start. That's very common. Where do I start? Do I start 5 days a week? What do I do? And I always like to encourage people to just start where you are with what you have. So start wherever you can find time, whatever you enjoy doing, and then try to find a way to build that in to your exercise program. So if you just have, an exercise ball or dumbbells or something at home, use those just to move around the house, and just start to find ways to incorporate those things into your fitness program. As a part of Lulu with Grace, every morning I share on my Instagram and Facebook stories the morning move. And the morning move is just a 30-second to a minute move that allows you to get moving in the morning. And so it's one of those things that you can go back and replay at any point during the day. You can repeat that morning move throughout the day several times. And before you know it, you've gotten in a 10 to 20 minute form of exercise. So not knowing where to start really is just to begin moving, find a type of exercise you enjoy, figure out how you can incorporate even a small amount of that in your day, throughout the day, or at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, and then build from there.
What are some other excuses that you've heard that I know people would say that they've been hurt, or they, either they've hurt their knee, they've hurt their back. What are some of the answers that you've been able to tell people when they've come up with that excuse that, oh, I've been hurt? My number one thing that I would say to people, and then I want to hear yours as well, is that follow your physical therapy. Make sure that everything you were taught in physical therapy, that you are doing that, and then gradually get back. And what would you say as well?
Yes, I totally agree with that. And being married to a physician, and a pain management physician at that, I would recommend always checking with your physician first before you ever begin or start an exercise program. And then I would say to, get recommendations from a physician or a physical therapist on exercises that you can do. And then always start slowly, and definitely start with low impact or strength training exercises that uses your own body weight. So I think it's important to not overdo it, to start slow, and just listen to your physician or your physical therapist on what they feel, you should be doing at a certain point in your recovery. I think it's so important that I think a physician or physical therapist would always agree that being active is important, but how you do it and what you incorporate as a part of your exercise regimen is so important. So I would start there, and then find exercises that you enjoy that fit within any limitations or restrictions you may have.
Excellent. And then also, we talked about affirmations.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit more about affirmations?
Yes, I as I've shared previously, when I start my morning out on my Instagram and Facebook stories, I share a daily affirmation. And usually it's sort of, it goes back to what you talked about when you mentioned mindset. How you start your day is usually how you're going to end your day. So I always believe that if you start with a positive mindset, a focus on something positive, and that you use that daily affirmation or whatever you affirm is going to be the way you want your day to go, that usually determines what you're able to do to get the day to go that way. So I like to always start the day with a fitness affirmation or just a general lifestyle affirmation. We're all facing so many challenges right now with COVID and with our lifestyles not being able to do a lot of the things that we've been accustomed to doing. That it's always important to start the day with a positive mindset, to determine how we want our day to go, and to follow that affirmation. However you affirm your day, you want your day to go. Follow that and keep that in mind as you go throughout your day, so you're not distracted by any of the negativity or challenges you may encounter throughout the day. Mm-hmm. So I share quite a few of them every day. Sometimes people probably think, wow, that's a lot of, positive affirmations, but I think it's so important, and it's become a very important part of my personal life. So, having a lifestyle blog is all about sharing, your experiences and your personal lifestyle. So I like to share them in my stories every day to help other people be as motivated and, excited about what they're going to, how they're going to approach their day.
Absolutely. And that is so true. As Tracy Adams is saying, starting slowly is essential. That's the great point. And then affirmations. Also, I remember reading a study that in 2015 was done with the University of Michigan. That was saying that when you give yourself affirmations, that it activates the reward part of your brain. And exactly. So that helps reinforce that aspect of wanting to be able to work out. So like Christy said, give yourself those affirmations, listen to others for those affirmations, and definitely go from there. What other excuses, Christy, have you heard why people decide that they can't work out?
Yeah, well, I hear a lot about, I can't get inspired. I like it. I see people working out. It looks good. It looks like it might help me, but I just can't get myself going. I can't get inspired to start. And so to me, again, it always goes back to your why. Why do you want to, work out? Why do you want to get fit? Why do you want to get healthy? And I've heard people say, don't let it be anything vain, about a dress size or, how you look. And I have to disagree with that. I believe that whatever the reason is, the end goal is always the same, that you'll be healthier and fitter. So whatever your why is, just use that to motivate you and encourage you, and use that to, focus on your why. And use that to be a part of your motivation. And at the end of the day, the end result is that you'll become healthier.
Yes. Awesome. And that's wonderful. That is, and you always want to find that why. Yeah. And a lot of people say, oh, but I found my why, but I'm still not motivated. Yeah. I found my why. It's my family, or it's being healthy, but I'm still not motivated. Some people say, I'm just lazy. So what do you say to someone who says, I'm just lazy? I have my why, but I just can't get going?
As Nike says, just do it. You got to get up and get started. You have to start at some point, and you have to push yourself, and you have to just keep telling yourself, I can do this. I have to do it. I have to do it for my health. I have to do it for my family. I have to do it for myself. Whatever the reason, just tell yourself you have to do it. And I always find once you get started, usually there's no looking back. Once you get started, you start to see results. You start to feel better. You start to look better. You start to enjoy life more. You have more energy. You wake up with looking forward to your day. There's so many benefits to exercise and being healthy and fit that I think once you get started and you stick with it, and you find yourself being consistent with it, you're proud of yourself, but you're also reaping many benefits that are, noticeable. And so you don't go back. So I think the key is just to get started.
Absolutely. I agree. And don't you feel, Christy, that once you get started, your body yearns for that workout?
Yes.
Right? The days that you don't work out, if you go days on end and don't work out, your body, I find in my instance, that my body screams for, you need to work out.
For movement. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So very true. If you'll start to feel stiffer, especially in the age group we're dealing with, you start to feel stiffer, you start to, just feel like you have this lack of energy and this, your body tells you that you need to be moving. So I think, you're so right. Once you start doing it, your body will tell you that, okay, you're slacking right now. You need to pick it up and get going.
Right, absolutely. And did you mention that the Pilates and bar that you do?
No,
Okay.
so one of the things that I like to talk about is the types of workouts I focus on. And when focusing on the age group women, 40 and over, I think it's important to keep in mind that we need to focus on exercises that are going to be effective, but also not cause you injury or not set you back to where you can't continue to work out. So I like to focus on low impact aerobics. I love walking. I love any type of aerobic movements. I like to focus on Pilates and bar. I think they're all so important because you're using your own body weight to do these exercises. And a lot of people think they can't get their heart rate up with bar. They can't get, moving with, get their bodies, going in the direction or looking the way they want it to look with Pilates or bar because it's just not burning enough calories. It's just not making me sweat. There are so many exercises that you can do that you don't have to sweat to see results. You're working on strengthening your body, toning your body, at the same time getting your heart rate up, but taking care of your body. So I believe in low impact aerobics, as I said, and Pilates, bar, and I also like step aerobics. I think that's a really good exercise done in moderation with the right moves. So there's some yoga, there's so many different types of exercises that I believe we can incorporate as women over 40 that will allow us to become healthy and fit without injuring ourselves. And so that's primarily what I focus on.
Absolutely. And I couldn't agree more. And like indoor walking, which is some of what I do on my channel, to an extent, kukua dance workout, which is my sister's dance, African dance work, in moderation. So yes, absolutely. And you have to, wouldn't you agree, Christy, that you have to listen to your body?
Absolutely. Yes. And I think especially if you're starting out, just starting to work out, you have to listen to your body. And even if you've been working out, for a long time, there are a lot of things that you could do years ago that you may not be able to do right now. So you listen to your body, you adjust, your workouts accordingly, and you find that workout that gives you what you're looking for. If you're looking to tone, you find that workout that allows you to tone, but also doesn't stress your joints or doesn't stress your body in a way that you're not going to be able to continue. So a lot of times in finding your workout, you have to try different types of workouts. Mm-hmm. And then eventually over time, you'll find one or two that you can alternate throughout a week, that you can alternate so that you don't get bored, but that you can alternate to get you the benefits and the workout that you're looking for. So I say try different types of exercises and, just find the thing that really appeals to you, because at the end of the day, if you're not doing it, it's not working. So you have to find something that you enjoy, and then focus on that workout and just build a schedule and follow your schedule and work out and do that exercise.
Absolutely. I love that you said, if you're not doing it, then it's not working. I love that, because you're absolutely right. It's not a one size fits all. So we want everybody to look to see what's going to work for you and then do those workouts that are beneficial to you. And like Christy said, that are not going to put strain on your joints, because as we get older, that's so much more important that we maintain. Yes, absolutely. So specifically for women over 40, they've given us excuses as we get ready to enter 2021. What are some of the things that women over 40 can do to set themselves up for a successful fitness year?
Yes. Well, I would start by something we've already talked about. Start suggesting that you figure out your why. I think that's the
Yes.
starting point. Start with why. Why are you doing it? And then start to list your goals. I always feel it's important to figure out, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve with this fitness program? And then write them down so that you can constantly refer back to them to see how you're progressing. So I think it's important to write your goals down, and always, as it with anything, having something written down, sort of feels like it's cemented. So you kind of have to follow it. So I think it's important to write your goals down, and then, start doing a little research on exercises and fitness programs and different types of workouts that you might want to try or that you've done before. And one important thing that I like to stress is building a schedule. I've had the same workout schedule probably most of my life, 5 days a week, 2 days off, and so I've stuck to that. And so it's almost a habit, it is a habit. It's that I work out Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, take off Wednesday, the rest, and take off Sunday. And so it's almost like my body is programmed to know that today we're moving, we're going to work out, and then we're going to rest on these days. So I think it's important to build a schedule, pick 4 or 5 days a week that you're going to work out, and then add a variety to that. So you don't want to just do aerobics, all the time. You can build in some strength training, or you can do aerobics plus strength training on one day, or just have a strength training day. But just make sure that you have a schedule, you build in some rest days, and then you stick to that, and then you write that schedule down as well. In addition to writing down your goals, write out your schedule, because then you can, again, it's cemented. It's something that you feel committed to, and then you'll stick to it. So I think that's where I would start with trying to set yourself up for success, in 2021. Figure out your why, your goals, and then create a schedule and try to stick to that schedule.
Awesome. That's wonderful. And hopefully it's inspired people to go ahead and try it again, because some people have started to work out and then they've fallen off. So don't give up. We want to encourage you to keep trying, keep going. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments in the chat, and I will put them up here so Christy can answer. I'm just so thankful. I apologize that we had so many issues in starting, but thank you for sticking it out, Christy, and it worked itself out. It came about, and they said they could hear, so I'm thankful for that. And are there any questions for Christy before we wrap up? If you have any questions in the chat, go ahead and put them here. If this has really given you some food for thought, go ahead and put that in as well. If you have a tip that you want to share, go ahead and put that in as well. And Christy, my gosh, I love your background. And you can tell she's into fashion, because she came, I wore my Chiefs t-shirt because, even though we're not playing this today, I still had my Chiefs t-shirt, and Christy is all dolled up. So check.
Health, fitness, and wellness with a side of fashion.
Now she's got a great Instagram account in terms of fashion and the fitness part as well, but the fashion also stands out. So you'll need to check her out if you're not aware of her. At Lulu with Grace is what her Instagram account is. She's also on Facebook. Also Lulu with Grace on Facebook, right?
Yeah, and and Twitter. So Instagram and Facebook are my primary sources of social media, and I'm working now to grow my YouTube channel as well as my Twitter account. So
right.
I'm there, but still growing in the last two.
Right. So go subscribe to her on YouTube. That's also Lulu with Grace, and on Twitter. I know Twitter, we all have. Twitter is not what it used to be, but definitely YouTube. Show her some love, and we're all growing together. I'm so appreciative, And so thankful that Christy was supposed to hang in there with me. It doesn't usually go this way. It does not.
It all worked itself out, as you said.
Yes, yes. So I'm so thankful. And thank you guys for hanging with us. Hopefully you got something that is the impetus that's going to get you going and working out. And also in 2020, just to keep that momentum started and then keep that momentum all through 2021. Sorry, 2021.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for hanging with us. Those of you that came and, let us know that you could actually hear us. And thank you, Christy. I hope this is not the last time. I hope we get to collaborate some more. And definitely, you guys check her out. So,
For inviting me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm going to end the broadcast.